Hey everybody, so I haven't talked about T-Mobile internet in quite a few years now. I didn't use them for quite a while, and then a few months ago I went back to using them because the internet here is absolutely ridiculous in price. I am also using the Waveform antenna. I got this after I switched back over, and this is the main thing I actually want to talk about today. This is the Waveform Pro. It's a really awesome antenna system. As long as you're getting signal, this should help you quite a bit. Now I'm actually going to be moving this a little bit. I have it mounted pretty much on the railing with the U-bolts, and I'm going to mount it actually on a T-post over by the bedroom window. Now I rent, so I did not use the mount that came with it. You do include a mount where you can mount it like on the side of your house. You can also mount it to poles. You can mount it to anything pretty much. And to give you an idea of my surroundings and the obstacles in the way, the tower location is roughly about that direction. And yes, we do have a lot of trees, there's homes and stuff and everything blocking, but it still makes a huge impact. It doesn't have to be really high up off the ground. And today what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try putting it on this T-post over here and get it off the rail and just get it a little bit more into the open. It's not going to be very high up off the ground, but it should still do some pretty decent results, and I'll show you. So I'll show you real quick how I have this mounted. You'll see that I have it with a U-bolt. The U-bolts do come with it. You actually get two. I only have one working right now. It's mounted to this T-post. I had to put a piece of board just to kind of make it fit a little bit better. Using a pipe or something bigger would probably work a little bit better. Mounting it on a building structure, probably a little bit more ideal. Now with just an Allen wrench, you can adjust these and loosen them up and tighten them, and you can tilt this different angles, and you can tilt this up and down as well. So that's going to help you get the optimal direction, and then you can play with it as you have it connected and do different speed tests and find which one's going to work best for you. That's how I was able to do it one night. Now these antennas do have 4 wires that come out of them. Now if you get the full package, then you're going to get this cord here. I forgot how long this one is, maybe it's 12 feet, but it's really heavy duty, as you can see, insulated. And you do get the adapter here that you can put it through the window. It's really nice and thin, so you can put it through pretty much any window. And it does have these little sticky things where you can stick it to the wall right next to the window. Same thing with this one. Each one is going to be labeled cable 1 through 4, so you do want to line those up. But run one end through your window, close everything around it, and then you're going to want to connect your wires to the antenna itself. Like I mentioned, each one has a label on it, and it's going to say cable 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then you can always tie these down however you wish to do that. Now the next thing we need to do is go connect our modem from T-Mobile. I'll go ahead and give a quick look on how we're going to connect it. Now with the other models, they do have like a black model, a gray model. Those, I know you have to disassemble them to hook up external antennas, but the white ones, the newest model, they did come with the antenna connections, so this makes it a lot easier to use the external antennas. And I upgraded to this one about a month before I got this antenna. And if you do want to upgrade, don't let them talk you out of it, because it is worth it. And then if we come inside, here's how our antenna fits in right, and then we can close the window. I'm gonna go ahead and get this connected, do some speed tests. That way we can have some comparisons. I don't have any recent tests without the antenna. So we're connected, and it says connection very good. So we're actually seeing some pretty decent speeds today. 21 up. When I first got it, I was only averaging 5 or 6. All right, now that it's now with it unplugged, let's go ahead and hook up the antenna. And plug in your modem and let it reboot. All right, so not a huge increase from what we had, but I also have the antenna angled a weird way, so let's go ahead and move that and see if it makes a difference. All right, let's go ahead and try another test. The ping is a little lower. All right, so we got a slight increase of the download. Upload, not so much. And the ping, we're at 13. And you can keep playing with the antenna as well and try to find that right angle for you, or the correct tower if you are in a city. And with a little tweaking, we were able to get a little bit out of both download and a little bit out of upload. Now, different situations are definitely going to have different results. I originally got this because I was going to try this out on my new property, which is pretty remote. Recently, a storm came through a couple months ago and it destroyed the tower, which now there is like 1 to 2 bars LTE. And T-Mobile claims they're not going to be fixing that tower for probably half a year or so. So I may actually be saying goodbye to T-Mobile finally once I get moved. But if you are looking for a way to increase your service, you're trying to use the T-Mobile internet. Now, I believe this will work for other providers as well, as long as you can connect it to the router. But I've only tested this one on the T-Mobile and for the white router. I might also be able to get better results if I can get it a lot higher up in the air, but I don't have anything to really test that yet. But these antennas definitely make an improvement. They do have a couple different models. This one I mentioned was the Pro model, and this is going to be the most powerful one. They do have one that's a little bit more omnidirectional. It's a little bit cheaper, but it's not going to be as high of a performance compared to this one. I also just realized that one of our wires is disconnected. I accidentally broke one of them, so I don't even know if this is making much of a difference, like hurting me wise, but I need to tape this because it keeps falling off. I do think they are pretty good antennas. They do make a major difference for a lot of people, especially if you are remote or you're a lot further from the tower. Hopefully pretty soon I could still try some tests at the other property just to see how it will still do and see if it can pull in a little bit more. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.